because, each opponent is looking for the things that you didn't do well to exploit. And so you're always in a race to try to clean all that up and try to put your team out there in a different way. But certainly was proud of his practices last week, and he definitely made some timely shots.
Paul King, just a huge road trip. He had 22 against Harding, 21 of the win over Arkansas Tech. And as alluded to with Coach Anker, he hit some big-time baskets. Anker has had Terry Evans and Southwestern's number. He is 10-2 head-to-head with Southwestern. He has never lost to the Bulldogs in this building. He has lost in Shawnee, as I alluded to, in the quarterfinals of the Great American Conference tournament a year ago at Fire Lake. Offensively, the Bison led with a 16.7 point per game average from Paul King. Paul is one of three Bison averaging double figures. Nigel Wilcox, who will not play, is the fourth. Wilcox probably still a week or so out from returning, which means he may not be available for the game against Southern Nazarene here on Monday. Trey Dooms had a good road trip as well. He averages 12.6. DJ Freeman fully cleared now after the concussion. He had a big hand in the win at Arkansas Tech. 8 points, a rebound in 25 minutes. But again, I thought his presence emotionally lifted the Bison. He averages 11.3 a game at a team high, 6.3 rebounds. Offensively this year, Southwestern, a high-scoring team at 75. They give up just over 75. On the glass, they're being out-rebounded by almost 2.5. Turnover margin +3. OBU almost a full board worse per game at 0.7 of a rebound, worse than the opponents coming in. Their turnover margin is 0.8 of a point to the good. OBU had a season-high 19 assists in the win at Weatherford. They had 13 steals. That was one of 4 times, and most recently, the last time they had 13 steals in a ball game. Paul King, as we alluded to, the Great American Conference Player of the Week, the second time that he has been honored by the league office. The other time was in early December after he put up a career-high 36 against this SWOSU team on their home floor. Southwestern this year is led by the 13-point per game average of Camden Gibson. Gibson is a 5'11 senior from Oklahoma City and Edmond Santa Fe High School. He's a good one. Ben Smith is coming to his own right. He averages 13 and nearly 6 rebounds a ball game to pace SWOSU. Southwestern shoots 41% as a team, but as Jason alluded to, had one of the better field goal shooting games against OBU at 43%. The Bison shot 60.4% in Weatherford. That at the time was a season high until a couple of weeks ago, a win over Ouachita here in Shawnee. Bulldogs are 3-5 in the conference, 7-7 overall. OBU winners of 3 straight, 6-2 of their last 8, 9-5 overall, and 6-2 in conference. That's tonight's pregame show. Back to meet the starting lineups in the opening tip. It's Southwestern and Oklahoma Baptist next on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits KGFF.
Features the Southwestern Oklahoma State University Bulldogs and your Oklahoma Baptist University Bison. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we please rise and join us for today's invocation and the playing of our national anthem performed by the Bison Brigade. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for every day you've given to us. Thank you for saving us by sending your son. We pray that you keep the players free from harm and that they play the best of their abilities. Be with everyone as they travel home and keep them safe. In your name we pray, amen. tonight's contest. First for the visitors, Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
Todd Miller, Scott Wattish, producer engineer Bob Easley. We need courtside at the Noble Complex in Shawnee. Southwestern Oklahoma Baptist coming up here momentarily. Time now to make the starting lineups. First of all, for Terry Evans and SWOSU, they'll start Camden Gibson, a 5'11 senior from Oklahoma City and Edmond Santa Fe High School. Mark Berry is a 6'6 junior from Lawton, a transfer from NOC Tonkawa. He averages 5.7 and 5-point run rebounds per ball game. Ben Smith, Camden Gibson, their leading scorers, both averaging over 13 a game. Ben is a 6'6 senior from Edmond and a transfer from Emporia State. Nate Goodlow will start, a 6'3 sophomore from Dell City, a transfer from Hutchinson Community College. And D'Angelo Atkins will be in a starting role, a 6'7 junior from Edmond, transfer from Seminole Junior College, averaging 6.4 and pulling down 6.3 rebounds per ball game. Terry Evans in his 5th season in Weatherford, 46.73, 18 years as a head coach, 309 and 197. He was at UCO for a long time and a lot of history there with the Broncos. In fact, led them to 8 seasons of 20 wins or more, 7 NCAA tournament appearances, 1 Elite 8 visit, and 263 wins against 124 losses. The starters tonight for Jason Aker at Oklahoma Baptist, 5-2 at home. They are 9-5 overall, winners of 3 straight. They'll start DJ Freeman, a 6'6 sophomore from Midwest City, averaging 11 points, 6.3 rebounds a game. DJ suffered a concussion a couple of weeks ago and missed the Harding game of the road trip last weekend. Ricky Brown is a 6'2 junior from Valdosta, Georgia. Brown averaged 10.5 points a game and wins over Harding and Arkansas Tech. He averages 9.5 points, 3.8 rebounds per ball game. Paul King, we told you in the pregame show, the reigning Great American Conference Player of the Week. Last week, he had an average of 21.5 points in the wins over Harding and Arkansas Tech, averaging 16.7 points per ball game, shooting 39%, and that was vastly improved from just about 3 weeks ago. Trey Green will start, a 6'2 junior from Kingfisher, averaging 4.4 points per ball game and 3.5 rebounds. Trey Dooms is the final starter for the Bison. He is the 6'3 senior from Atlanta, transfer from UT Chattanooga. 19 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and he was 5 of 7 of the game in Weatherford on December the 1st. Dooms averaging 12.6 points per game and 5.2 rebounds. OBU defeated Southwestern of Weatherford 91-73 December the 1st. Their 91 points against the Bulldogs later matched for a season high against Mid-America Nazarene here on January the 2nd. Scott, your thoughts on round number 2 of the Bulldogs and the Bison?
Oklahoma Baptist is so good at holding home court. I love what Jason Aker did at Tech on Saturday. That full court pressure took a good Arkansas Tech team out of its offense. The Bison fight tooth and nail to the end for the victory. I expect him to mix up some defenses to mess up Southwestern. Now, Gibson is a great three-point shooter, has 41, leads the conference, but I think the Bison did a good job against him in Southwestern.
Navy white and gray for Southwestern town on the road. Oklahoma Baptist home white and gold, trimmed in gray. Henderson State fell tonight at Southern Arkansas in women's basketball 62-60. We'll get you other women's finals, and there was a big surprise in the conference at the next opportunity. Here we go, men's game underway. Southwestern won the first game tonight, 83-77. Bulldogs going from right to left across your radio dial. Camden Gibson into the front court left for Goodlow. Those two exchange passes. Nate with it, baseline left for Mark Berry against the zone to Gibson for 3, and he got it. And that's the way the ball game starts. Camden Gibson with his 42nd made 3. Southwestern with full court pressure with 19.5 minutes to play in the first half.
Wow, just what I talked about. I thought the Bison did a good job on Gibson and Weatherford, and he just hits a long one.
Green's alley-oop lob offline, and then DJ Freeman gathers, and they say took steps underneath the basket. So OBU will turn it over. The first meeting, they turned Southwestern over 22 times and committed 17. 19-18 to play first half, 3-0 our score. Gibson with the center circle logo goes right side. Nate Goodlow with the basketball. They work it down low with a block. Berry cut off by Green. Right side again for Goodlow to Berry. Mark spins, muscles up, shot back, rims, and drops down. It's 4-0 Southwestern. Make that 5-0 with 70 seconds gone here in the first half. Paul King with the basketball, picked up in the backcourt by Nate Goodlow. King pounds the dribble out front, bounces left side for Dooms, who hands it back to King. Somehow kept from slipping, gets it down to Freeman, who drives underneath the basket. The cross-court pass knocked out of bounds, intended for Green with 13 on the shot clock. Other finals tonight, East Central beat Northwestern in Ada 80-73. Arkansas Monticello with a huge surprise. They win at home tonight over Arkansas Tech 67-60. King of Trevor, right corner three, no good. D'Angelo Atkins for the rebound. OBU has gone 95 seconds without points. They trail 5-0. Atkins will trigger a three, back rims that one. Rebound tip off of Dooms, picked up by Berry to the rim for the bucket.
Well, that's rare. Guys like Dooms and Freeman, when that ball's high off the rim, they snatch that. Little fumble by Dooms, then the putback for Southwestern.
One other game, not quite final at last check. Harding's women leading Washita and Arkadelphia tonight 68-61. 7-0 start for Southwestern. They're in a zone defense. Green to Dooms, left corner for Paul King. Pump fakes, drives on Goodlow. Had it stripped off of him, and then it's last touch by a Bulldog out of bounds.
Well, that was lucky because that ball was in King's hand off the inside of his right thigh, and then I guess it hit a blue shirt.
First off the bench tonight, Josh Udomo, a 6'4 freshman from Tulsa and Victory Christian. He did not score against Harding, had 6 of the road win at Arkansas Tech. Played 5 minutes in Weatherford. He triggers off the inbounds pass, and Udomo knocks down the three. Just like that, the freshman gets OBU to within 4.
That's a big shot because you don't want to get off to that cold start and kind of like in the women's game, give the Bulldogs all that confidence here in Shawnee.
Udomo doesn't shoot much, but he's 50% from 3 now, 5 of 10. Gibson with it left wing. They double him by Dooms and Green in the left corner. They lob it up high. The ball's off the fingertips of Ben Smith and out of bounds.
That's exactly what Aker and OBU did at Arkansas Tech. Trap in the corners, put that pressure, make the team play faster than they want to, turn the ball over.
17:24 to play first half. Todd Miller, Scott Waters with you on the Bison Network and KTFF. First turnover forced tonight by OBU. Left wing side with it is Udomo. On the baseline is Brown, and a foul on the baseline against Southwestern. And they're looking at Camden Gibson. That is his first. Gibson last year was instrumental in Southwestern's magical run here at Shawnee to the Great American Conference Tournament title. Green triggers it in bounds to Dooms. He hands it back to Trey. Green through the paint, right corner. Udomo, 2 dribbles, out high now for Ricky Brown. Brown to Green, Trey to Udomo, glides through the paint, bounces it across the floor for Dooms. Dooms left side, or right side for Brown, hits a little floater.
Boy, Brown is just looking good. He looks so great at Arkansas Tech with 17 points, 6 of 8 from the field. He's just going right after the defense.
Oklahoma Baptist has responded with 5 straight after a 7-0 SWASU run to start. Gibson against Udomo out front, gets a high screen for Mark Berry. OBU playing intense man-to-man defense. Smith inside the midcourt stripe, gets it, goes to work, pulls up off the dribble, front rims the jump shot from the foul line. Brown the rebound, whips it to Dooms. Dooms around Gibson. Lob pass for Freeman for the slam.
Playing fast, beautiful outlet pass by Brown. Nice alley-oop by Dooms to Freeman.
7-7, OBU with 7 straight, and Southwestern misses a jumper right ankle. Rebound torn down by the Bison. They have a chance at their first lead.
Yeah, that pressure, Southwestern's playing fast. They're rushing their shots. Oklahoma Baptist taking advantage of that good defense.
Gibson with the first miss. He's 1 for 2 shooting early. Udomo with it, left side. Drives into the paint. Jump passes right corner. 3 on the way. Skips across, no good. D'Angelo Atkins with a rebound. Ricky Brown had a good look, but it wouldn't drop. 7-7 with under 16 minutes to play here in the first half. Gibson out front, probes his way. Udomo cuts him off. Now Camden backs out as Aquiles about to check in. Now Gibson dribbles around a double team, floats a pass right corner. It's saved in bounds by Goodlow. Out high to Adkins. To Berry, pulls up elbow left and knocks down a jumper.
Yeah, Berry just got the ball a little before Freeman could get up, and you know Freeman can get up and fly.
That ends a 7-0 OBU run. 9-7 SWASU, 15:26 to play first half. Green to Dooms. Dooms had it stripped by Atkins. He gets it back, and then D'Angelo blocks the shot hard to the floor. Mark Berry has it up ahead to Atkins for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped, and it's run down by Freeman. He'll outlet to midcourt. Ricky Brown bounces it across to Udomo, who fumbles it but gets it back and lays it in.
Well, I love the transition offense by the Bison. They're using that left sideline primarily, advancing that ball up the court with the outlet and then Southwestern's getting back.
5:15 gone here with the opening half. We're tied at 9. Atkins with it to Gibson to the front court. Gibson with a stationary dribble left side, bounces it to Atkins, left quarterback to Camden. The shot clock down to 7 for the Dogs. Gibson, crossover dribble, poked away, gets it back, fires a long three, and barely hit the front of the rim. Great defense by Dooms, and Green has the miss.
Yeah, Dooms punched that ball away. Gibson had to retrieve it. Then only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Had to put up a Hail Mary.
Udomo played big minutes off the bench here early. Veers left into the front court. He'll whip it across the floor. Open three by Brown. No good as that one back rims. Freeman tips the rebound out, trying to run it down. Mark Berry has it in front of the Bulldog bench. He'll speed back the other way. OBU gets back. Foul line right within his Ben Smith to Atkins. He'll trigger another three, and this one rolls home.
You know, Atkins made that three, but it looked like he was rushed too. It looked like he stumbled. That ball hit in the cylinder, rolled around about 4 times.
Southwestern has put up 10 field goals, half of them from 3. D'Angelo now 1 of 3 from long distance. 12-9 Southwestern. 13:44 to play first half. Dooms a behind-the-back dribble, and Smith fouls him at the elbow of the stride. Ben sticks his hands out as to say, look, I didn't get caught with my hand in the cookie jar. Timeout, 13:43 to play. We thought it would be a good one. It has been early. 12-9 Bulldogs of the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boomer.
Your favorite Bison program, the OBU mobile app has you covered. You can find the app on Google Play or the iPhone App Store. Early shooting, OBU 4 of 8, Southwestern 5 of 10. Two teams have combined to hit 3 of 9 from three-point range. And speaking of three-point range, in comes Ethan Scott, the marksman from Mustang. Had a good road trip in limited duty from beyond the arc. Akile checks in as well. Bradley off the inbounds, hands it to Ethan Scott. Scott veers to the right side. Out there with him is Mason Hart from Pond Creek Hunter High School in Northwest Oklahoma. 5 to shoot. Brown cross-courts it for Green. 3 to shoot. Out high with it is Akile. He'll put on the floor, pump fakes, pulls up, shoots. Shot comes off the side of the rim. Victor Ariri, who had the defense, also has the rebound. They throw it up ahead for Chris Braggs Jr. The pass offline out of bounds.
You know, still that's pressure, Todd. That pressure, that's almost a half-court pass, kind of rushed and high for Braggs where he couldn't get it.
Out there with the floor, Ariri, Hart, Smith, Warrior, and Braggs right now for Terry Evans' club. Foul post, high post right is Akile, and he slides to the goal and lays it in.
Keeley gets it just inside the free throw line, ball fake, gets the defense up in the air, puts it on the floor inside the right block.
12-11, Oklahoma Baptist down by a point with under 13 to play in the opening half. MJ Warrior Jr. with the basketball, wearing number 3 to Ariri. Left side, drives against Scott, pulls up underneath the foul line, bricks the jump shot. Rebound was off the fingertips of Jamal Smith, and OBU has it. Freeman to Scott. Those two along with Green, Akile, and Brown, the 5 out right now for Jason Akers' club. Ethan Scott veers left, hands it off with a wing for Trey Green. Green reverses right side for Brown, back to Green to Akile, elbow right. Akile goes right and goes to the floor. There's a little bit of contact. Jamal Smith instigated it, but Akile may have done a little bit of an acting job to draw the first Smith on Jamal.
It almost looked like Bradley Akile slipped a little bit and lost his footing, and then the little bump made it look like he hit the floor so hard.
Green is out, Dooms is in. OBU down a point early, 11-10. Bison women fell tonight 73-66 in an upset loss here at home to Southwestern, their first loss at Shawnee. Now Ethan Scott is going to come running back towards Jason Aker, and they've taken him out of the ball game as Paul King belatedly checks in. Lob in the paint for Akile. Back to Paul King, top of the circle. 15 to shoot now for Oklahoma Baptist. They could retake the lead of this possession. Akile a bounce pass, pump fakes, and Jamal Smith forced him to travel. Third turnover against the Bison. They forced two. Score remains 12-11 Southwestern. Another 12 minutes to play here in the first half. MJ Warrior Jr. to Mason Hart out front. Back to MJ. Warrior against the zone defense. Now to Hart. Hart from Class A Pond Creek Cutter High School. Braggs catches, turns, fires a jumper, no good for the free throw line. Look at the white jerseys around the basket, and it's knocked to the floor like DJ Freeman is retrieved by King.
How about the reach by Freeman with that left hand? He had to cover about 14 feet with that jump and reach.
King down low to Akile. His jumper front rims and rolls down. Bradley getting more and more comfortable. He didn't score against Tech, but had a big 13 in a shorthanded win at Harding. A quick answer by Ariri. Three-pointer left wing is good.
Yeah, Akile had to put high arc on that because 6'9", Jamal Smith was all over him.
We're calling it a 2, so it's 15-13. Brown veers right into the corner, and then the pass off of Dooms out of bounds. Gibson is about to check back in. Nate Goodlow will come in. And also returning D'Angelo Atkins for SWOSU. 11:08 to play first half. Southwestern leads in Weatherford, or in Shawnee, 15-13. I'll figure out where I'm at after this break on the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Okay.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
.08 to play here in the first half. SWOSU basketball 1-dog, a 2-point lead for the Dogs.
Yeah, I like the way DJ Freeman already has 4 rebounds. He's been injured with that concussion for a couple of games. He still hadn't found his full tilt yet.
Is it fair to call you 1-dog at a night we're playing the Dogs?
maybe not on this night.
Ariri kicks it right corner. D'Angelo Atkins knocks down his second three. And it's 18-13 Southwestern. It led early 7-0 before OBU scored 7 straight.
King looked like he could have blocked that shot. He pulled away at the last second. Atkins still makes it.
Brown to King, pulls up off the dribble, misses too strong, left angle. Ariri with the rebound. Victor into the front court, down the middle of the floor. Comes to a stop out front. Down to Mark Berry, guarded by Ricky Brown in front of us. Gibson with him between the circles. Down low to Berry. Takes a dribble around the smaller Brown. Layup good. Mark Berry with 8 in the run now. Is 7 straight for SWOSU. They lead again by 7.
Mark Berry, he can get up, 6'6". They wanted that matchup inside.
Paul King drives left, loses the handle. It's free on the floor and picked up by Adkins. Into the front court, Camden Gibson probes his way left circle. Gibson lobs it off of the baseline for Mark Berry. Southwestern's hit 3 of their last 4 field goals. Berry drives, got by with a push. King recovers. Now they lob it out front. Dooms almost intercepted. Ariri pulls it down, goes into the paint, misses it over the right arm of Akile. OBU almost lost the ball as they had the numbers in the paint. Finally, King runs it down to Dooms. Dooms, a Euro step into the paint. The runner is good.
Dooms just outstanding at that. Going to the rim, knifing through the defense, double pumping in the air around the defense and the finger roll.
It's a 7-0 Bulldog run, 20-15 with 9:17 to play first half. Gibson probes his way left circle, out front Ariri. Victor's played big off the bench, pushed off again, goes up, and this time he's fouled. Jason's saying the same thing that I just said. He pushed off. He's visited the official directly in front of us, so that's number 1 on Bradley Akile.
Well, Jeff Campbell wasn't going to make that call. He's the trail way on the opposite side of the floor. but the coaches will always talk to the nearest official, and they don't like to hear you say, hey, man, that's not my call.
First free throw by Victor is up and good. He has his 3rd point. Southwestern averages 24 free throws a ball game. They're a 61% foul shooting team, and they live at the free throw line. They have the most free throws attempted in the conference by 40 more than the second-place team. Second free throw is good, so they get 1 of 2. The lead is 6. Dooms one-hands the pass into the front court for Josh Udomo. Udomo with the basketball. They try to set a high screen. He goes left, gets all the way to the goal. There's contact, and a foul has been called against Southwestern. That's on Braggs Jr., and I'll tell you what, maybe it was a foul. You know what I don't like about that call? The lateness of it. I mean, Southwestern already had the rebound and was headed back the other way.
And sometimes an official, the whistle slip out of your mouth or something, and maybe that happened. I agree it was a late whistle.
Udomo's first free throw is up and good. Josh with 6 already off of the bench. He had 5. He did not play, or he did play 5 minutes at a steal, but did not score in Weatherford. Ben Smith, who's been held without a score, comes into the ball game. He has 2 games this year of 20 or more and 12 double-figure scoring games. Udomo hits the second. It's a 4-point game, 21-17. Both teams at 50% or better from the floor. Braggs saves the turnover. D'Angelo with it left corner. Gibson right side for Nate Goodlow. Goodlow tries to get deep, funnels it to Braggs, out of control of the rim, and a foul.
Oh.
That's going to be called on Trey Green, and that's his first.
Wow, man, Trey Green was given ground on that. The official was very demonstrative about it being a block shot, a block.
Tell you what, it's like old times here with Colton barking from behind the OBU bench.
He said he hadn't been here in a while. It's about time for old Colton Hodges, the former manager for the Bison, to come back. He was upset in the women's game.
First free throw by Braggs Jr. is good. The former Putnam City North Panther misses the second. Smith crashed for the rebound. Dooms, though, ends up with it. Trey will bring it to the front court. Southwestern by 5. Dooms a crossover dribble and it poked away by Adkins. Quarter left 3 by Green. Front rim's no good. Rebound tipped that time by Udomo. Gibson has it. Cammed it up ahead right side. Ben Smith's lob pass tipped away. That's actually Goodlow. So that's another turnover. That's the 3rd for the Dogs. Left wing, Paul King, and King bumped and fouled by Nate Goodlow, who has his first.
It was King who deflected that pass for the steal.
5th team foul against Southwestern with 8:14 to play in the half. Bulldogs 22, the Bison 17. Mason Hart about to get back up and check in for Southwestern, and also returning is MJ Warrior. Gibson is going to go to the bench for Swasu. Trying to sweep OBU here at the Noble Complex tonight. Brown to King, elbow left, and his shot is short. Rebound is Ben Smith. Warrior into the front court. 8 minutes to play first half. Southwestern by 5. They've led by 7 on 2 occasions. They go over the top for Smith. It's tipped away. Udomo tipped it away. King has it, pulls up, and a shot blocked by Braggs. Or was it? They call him for a foul. That's his second.
Well, as soon as King fell back, he got that whistle. I think Braggs fell into him after he blocked the shot. Everything was clean up high. I guess what the official ruled was that Braggs clipped King down low.
Time out on the floor. 7:55 to play first half. SWASU 22, OBU 17 on the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
Welcome to the floor. You're
Miller Scott Wallace back here with you, courtside of the Noble Complex. 7:55 to play first half. Southwestern, Oklahoma State 22, Oklahoma Baptist 17. King will be at the free throw line for 2 throws, shooting 84%.
Paul King, another active game with those quick hands and pushing the ball up the floor.
Bags his first point of the night as he cleanly hits the first free throw. Paul will have one more. Bison men and women in Alva against Northwestern Oklahoma State Saturday afternoon. Second PK free throw is good. Sophomore transfer from Alcorn State on the score sheet. 22-19, 7:44 to play here in the opening half. Mason Hart with it in front of us. Bison in what looks to be a 3-2 zone. Warrior with it out front. Loses the handle, and Brown has the interception. Ball just slipped out of his hands. Ricky to Green out front. Now to Paul King, thought about a 3.
It just amazes me how many times in basketball you switch defense, something good happens for the defense.
5th turnover for Southwestern. Green tries to penetrate right, bounces for Udomo to the rim, lays it up with contact off the window with the left hand, no good. MJ Warrior with a rebound. Dooms from behind, pokes it away. Hart has it. He tries to drive, gets it down low to Smith, who goes up and a foul. I think it's on Udomo, it is, and that is his first. It's the third against the Bison with almost 13 minutes gone here in this contest.
You know, something you don't see a lot, that 3-2 zone. Aker puts it in. I know it was unforced error, but sometimes it confuses the guards, and he kind of just lost the ball right in the hands of the Bison.
Ben Smith, a 62% foul shooter, misses long in the first. Freeman will replace Brown in the lineup, so they get taller, and here comes Ethan Scott. And it looks like Trey Green's going to go to the bench.
Talked about Ethan Scott and his three-point prowess. That's where the Bison are really getting beat here today. 4 of 7 from downtown for the Bulldogs, 1 of 5 for the Bison. Now Ethan Scott at Arkansas Tech was a perfect 3 for 3 from downtown.
Hart is out. Atkins is back in. Smith's second free throw is up, and he got that one. Ben Smith with his first point of the ball game. 23-19, just over 7 minutes to play before the break. Udomo with the basketball. Skips into the front court right side. Atkins is out on him. Now the freshman veers left and gives it in the left front quadrant for King. He'll lob it across the floor to Udomo. Returns it across the court, left wing for Scott. Now to Paul King with 12 to shoot. Under 7 to play first half. King drives, a hard dribble, kicks it right corner. Udomo's 3, no good. Rebound to Swasu and a foul.
I think he stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out of bounds, you're right. I was blocked by Jason Aker. MJ Warrior turns it over.
Well, that's a couple of turnovers for Warrior. I think Evans just took him out. Or no, because Gibson is right back in. When Warrior's out there, it's really benefiting the Bison.
Keeley is out there right now, so OBU about as tall as they can get on the floor with no Gibson and no Nigel. Right quarter, Paul King. They double him on the wing with it is Scott. He'll take a dribble, puts up a 3, and he got it. Ethan Scott rolls home his 19th triple of his freshman season, and the Bison pulled him within a point.
The Bison won 77-74 at Tech. Scott, those big 3 of 3 threes out there.
He was 4 of 8 of the road trip. Another Southwestern turnover. King has it. Speeds up the left sideline. Loses the handle. Now goes to Dooms. Bison a chance to again take the lead. Freeman banging his way into the left low post. Lays it in with the left hand. DJ with 4 points. Bison on the high side by 1.
It almost looked like Freeman stepped on Barry's foot because Barry can get up. It was an easy lay-in for Freeman.
Camden Gibson with it left front court. Now they jump and trap him out front. He touches it to Smith, to Braggs Jr. Chris loses it, gets it back, goes up with a nice drop step and scores. It's good footwork by the OKC native Chris Braggs.
Yeah, Braggs had a lot of floor to work with because when the Bison trapped out here at half court, that took 2 defenders up to half court.
25-24. It is our third lead change of the half. Bison trail by a point. King sets the table out front to Akile. Back to Paul King, right side to Dooms. Fakes a pass. Now he put up a 3. Bang!
Wow.
Dooms is 3 of 13 from three-point range, but Scotty hit a huge 3 in Russellville on Saturday.
Yeah, and that was a pass from Trey Green in the paint, kick out to the right corner, and it was a huge 3.
27-25, down the paint goes Mark Berry. He's trapped, pivots, kicks it right corner, 3 on the way by Smith is good.
So you talk about all those three-pointers. You only beat Tech by 3 by Scott, and then that big one by Dooms out in Russellville, and now OBU's coming back.
OBU with 6 made threes in the win in Weatherford. Dooms with Bison down by a point, whips it right wing. Aquiles 3, back rims, and the long rebound to Gibson. Camden skips into the front court from right to left for the Navy and white cladded Bulldogs. They bounce it for Chris Braggs Jr. They briefly double him. Now he goes right to left, missed it, gets his own rebound, lost it. Ethan Scott has the basketball. Well, I'll tell you what, it is a man's game in that paint right now.
It is.
Driving right, King, follow-away jumper, rolls around and drops home.
Yeah, that's the brand of Terry Evans. His style of basketball is push the ball on defense and offense, very physical.
29-28, open corner 3, good by Atkins. That guy had at least 3 seconds before OBU even knew he had the basketball. 9 for Atkins. 31-29. SWOSU, 4 minutes to play first half. Aquile with the basketball, pulls up inside the arcs and knocks down the jumper. Atkins' confidence is really growing.
Yeah, well, Atkins didn't play any defense. He just shooting offense, just let Aquile walk up inside the key for the bucket.
Bradley didn't score, had a rebound in 10 minutes in Weatherford. He already has 6 tonight, and the game is tied at 31. 3:39 to play first half. Gibson spins left wing. Bradley Aquile stays with him for the Bison. Now he accelerates, whips it across the floor. Smith to Atkins, extra pass to Berry for 3. Misses off the side iron, and if Bradley Aquile will let it go out of bounds.
Yeah, getting great minutes from Bradley Aquile. That's because Nigel Wilcox was playing at Weatherford. That's why Aquile didn't play that much. But now with Wilcox out with that bad ankle, a lot of quality minutes for Aquile.
Timeout, 3:24 to play, opening half. We're deadlocked at 31 from Shawnee on the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Victor Ariri is back into the ball game for Southwestern. Ricky Brown checks in out of the timeout. Bison have it deadlocked at 31. 3:18 to play first half. Aquile with the ball left circle. Whips it across the floor to Freeman. The King, he'll step into a 3. That one is no good. High for the rebound is Nate Goodlow. Here comes Southwestern. Goodlow off the miss. Pushes the issue. Now to Braggs. He spins into the paint, goes up, and he's fouled.
Freeman went straight up. Well, it was on Aquile. Jeff Campbell picked Aquile, so I can't argue with that, but I didn't think that DJ Freeman did anything wrong.
Bradley with his second. Udomo about to come in, I would think, for Aquile. Here comes Trey Dooms. Southwestern at the free throw line. They're 6 of 10 already tonight. And they lead the Great American Conference in free throws attempted. First one is good.
In for the Bison, number 3, Josh
Chris Braggs has his 4th point off to the bench. OBU reserves 16-8 over Southwestern's bench. Dooms and Udomo. Freeman, Scott, and Brown, the 5 out there on the floor for OBU. Second free throw is good.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a box score with OBU not winning points off the bench. There's so many rotations coming in.
3 minutes to play first half. Dooms shoots a pass left front court for Ricky Brown. 22 on the shot clock for Oklahoma Baptist. Udomo a stationary dribble out front. Josh guarded by D'Angelo Atkins. Lobs a pass, right circle, Freeman. Hands it to Dooms, 9 to shoot. Trey working his way through the paint. Now pulls up and draws the foul on Atkins, and that's going to be D'Angelo's first. Raise your hand if you saw that one coming, because that was about their only option. The shot clock with 9 was getting deep when he decided to drive.
Yeah, Atkins was saying, hey, I had my hand straight up, but it's hard when you're trailing Dooms. Dooms, he'll spin, pivot, head fake. He goes hard to the goal.
First free throw by Dooms is up and good. Trey is 69% from the foul line. Gibson now will come in and replace MJ Warrior. Atkins is out of the ball game. And Ben Smith is back in for SWOSU. This to tie the game at 33, and it's good. Trey splashes both down. We've described it. You've seen it on video. It is an awkward free throw shooting style, but he has really been clutch over the last about month from the strike.
And you mentioned the three-point shot looks exactly the same with the left hand, two hands, and then push off with the left hand.
Warrior to Braggs out front, guarded by Ricky Brown. Chris takes him off the dribble, leans in for the right block, throws it up, and the shot off the window was in the cylinders, popped out. Dooms up ahead to Udomo, and a foul. MJ Warrior with a hard foul. That's his first. So OBU giving Southwestern a little bit of taste of their own medicine right there off of a miss attacking.
Great defense by DJ Freeman coming over on the help side to distract the shot at Braggs that just barely rolled off the rim.
First of two Udomo free throws is on the way. It's up and down. Josh.
Then Udomo on the post pattern, quick beating the Bulldogs down the floor and gets the foul.
8 points. Udomo has a chance to be so special. Man. Braggs is out. Back in is Mark Berry. Now Mason Hart returns for the Bulldogs. 34-33 Oklahoma Baptist. They have three straight to erase a 2-point deficit now. Make it four as Josh rattles the second free throw home. 35-33 good guys, 2:06 to play in the half.
Big stop for the Bison here. They finally overtake the Bulldogs, go in with good momentum at halftime.
Camden Gibson crosses over and Dooms knocked it free, and then diving for it, they're going to call him for a push. That's the first on Trey. Team foul number 5 against Oklahoma Baptist.
You don't mind some of those fouls because he gets so many steals and defensive touches by being aggressive like that.
OBU for the second year in a row wearing the green and gold AE patch on the left chest. That in honor of Jason's father, Alan, who passed away last year in January. Ariri with it, left side, guarded by Brown. Takes him off the dribble, and Dooms stripped him on the way up. Trey with a steal, a behind-the-back pass, and Freeman lays it in. Holy Toledo! How about that fast break bucket, and Freeman has 6.
And just like I said, you don't mind every now and then a Dooms foul because he's aggressive. He stripped that ball clean, behind-the-back pass. What a great play.
OBU with their biggest lead of 4. Ariri rips it away from Brown out high, pulls up inside the arc, shot rolls off. Barry with the rebound, and Scott called for a reach. Ethan with his first.
Yeah, Scott thought that he got that ball clean. I think he did at first. I think Jeff Campbell ruled that after he hit the ball, to follow through with the hit.
Trey Green replaces Ethan on the floor. 37-33, 1:22 to play here in the first half. The shot clock at 18 right now for SWOSU, and now belatedly Terry Evans is going to get MJ Warrior back into the ballgame. OBU received 1 vote in the Central Region rankings this week. They're not receiving a vote nationally. Southern Nazarene is ranked in the top 10 of the Central Region men's standings. Smith pulls down the inbounds pass, hands it off to MJ Warrior. Bison by 4, closing minute and a half of the first half. Warrior with no rotation all the way to the goal for the layup.
Well, you talk about an explosion off that first step. A lot of speed by Warrior to get to the goal.
Yeah, but no rotation of the help defense. It was like the Red Sea party. 54 seconds to play, 37-35, late first half, and an illegal screen's been called out high. And that is on DJ Freeman, who will turn it over on his first personal foul.
Bison foul number 1, DJ Freeman. First personal, team number 7.
Bison give it back on their 5th turnover. They forced 8, and points off turnovers so far. The advantage all OBU, 13-5. Difference of 25 seconds on the shot and game clock. Warrior's going to let it roll as far as he can. The ball almost came to a stop. He picks it up. Now bounces it left wing to Ariri in the front court. Victor tried to cross court it, threw it right to Udomo. Well, this kid's had a half. Josh to Dooms. Dooms double to the high post. Gets it to Udomo. Dooms went sliding to the floor. And now a timeout called by Jason Aker. There's a difference of 17.9 of the shot and game clock late here in the first half. And I think that's a good timeout, Scott, by Jason, because that possession was starting to look really, really discombobulated.
Well, I like what Udomo did to get the ball in the first place. He's at the top of the key. The pass goes horizontal across the free throw line. Just as he knows where the receiver's at, he drops down and intercepts that pass.
Saturday afternoon, 12:34, a pregame start from Alva, Northwestern, Oklahoma Baptist. Both women's teams lost tonight. East Central beating Northwestern in Ada 80-73. Southwestern, their first road win, winning over the Bison women 83-77. OBU now has lost 3 straight. Women at 1, men at 3. Southwestern goes home for the second meeting of the year with Southeastern. Southeastern will have an extra day's rest. They moved their home game last night with Southern Nazarene because of the Bryan County tournament to Wednesday. I could get into an editorial about that, but I will not.
Well, doesn't Bethel Acres play a lot of home games here? Maybe there'll be a conflict here.
Trey Green lobs it to Udomo out front. I'll just say this, it's not right. Dooms to Green, left side, back to Trey, 14 to shoot. Now it's Brown to Dooms to Green, 10 to shoot. Trey Dooms, right side to Ricky Brown. Hard pass down low to Green, whips it left. Open quarter 3, Udomo, splash, he got it.
Boy, that was
35.
A nice follow through, just set up from the left wing, nothing but net by Udomo.
How about the first half for Udomo? He has 12 points. He is 3 of 5 shooting. 5 seconds to play in the half. Driving right, Warrior feeds it down low. Smith throws it up and in with the left hand. And that'll count it to a 1-possession game going to the locker room. In Shawnee, 40-37. Oklahoma Baptist at the break. We'll recap in a moment on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
Baptist. Points off the bench. They lead 21-11. Shooting in the opening half for the Bulldogs, 13 of 29 from the floor, 52%. 6 of 10 from downtown, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 62.5%. For Oklahoma Baptist University, 14 for 26 from the floor, 53.8%. 4 of 11 downtown, 36.4%. An untarnished 8 of 8 from the free throw line. At halftime, Oklahoma Baptist University leads Southwestern 40-37. This is Bison Basketball and Classic Hits, KGFF. Thank you.
Our pregame starts Saturday from Alva will be at 12:34. Women will go at 1 and the men at 3 o'clock. Good start for Southwestern. They led 7-0 to OBU with 7 straight to get the game tied. Southwestern then would take another 7-point lead at 20-13 with another 7-0 run, and then OBU was able to climb back. They had a 5-point lead before a bucket right before the halftime buzzer from Ben Smith pulled it to a 1-possession game. 40-37 is our score. Other women's finals from today. Harding beat Ouachita, Arkadelphia. Henderson State falls to Southern Arkansas 62-60. East Central over Northwestern in Ada 80-73. Arkansas Tech loses to Arkansas Monticello 67-60. Last night, Southern Nazarene beat Southeastern in Durant. 40-37 is our score. Expect OBU to go with their original starting 5 of Freeman, Dooms, Green, Ricky Brown, and Josh Udomo. Udomo actually, if he is the starter here at the outset, would replace Paul King. King coming off a 21.5 point per game average and wins at Harding and Arkansas Tech last week. 1 of 5 shooting, 0 of 2 from 3. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals, 4 points in 11 minutes. Southwestern will go with Gibson, Smith, Berry, Warrior, and Braggs to begin the second half. OBU has dominated this series under Jason Aker. They've won 10 of 12, but most of them have been just like this, 1 or 2 possession games. I have another one working here tonight at the Noble Complex. decent contingent of fans. Not a bad student section right behind the Bison bench as they are in J-term here in Shawnee. OBU has it. Ricky Brown will trigger it in bounds. And here we go. Bison right to left to the home white, gold, and green. Trey Dooms to the goal to a cutting DJ Freeman for the bucket. DJ with 8. And OBU stretches the lead back to 5.
What a perfect cut by DJ Freeman, right to leave the open passing lane for the aggressive Trey Dooms moving up the left baseline.
Camden Gibson bounces it to Ben Smith out high, working against Trey Green. Now he takes him off the dribble, throws it up off the glass, and it misses everything. Freeman helped to alter that shot as well. Dooms up ahead to DJ. Freeman goes up, was pushed, and a foul, and that's going to go against Nate Goodlow. That's his second personal foul. 42-37, Oklahoma Baptist. Bison trying to win their 4th in a row. Coming off the road trip sweep in Searcy and Russellville last weekend. Jason Aker visiting with Paul King, Ricky Brown, and Trey Green right in front of us as DJ Freeman goes to the free throw line. And the lefty misses the first free throw. DJ went down with an injury 2 weeks ago here and missed the Harding game. OBU got great minutes from a short bench and went on to win and beat the Bisons. And Searcy on a shot that bound away that would have forced overtime. Would have beaten OBU at the end of regulation.
You talk about that injury to Freeman. You know, a lot of times players have to shake off the rust. I don't think Freeman's in full tilt yet, but he plays at such a high level.
Goodlow with it, left quarter, dribbles up to the wing, speeds into the paint, dumps it down low. They'll bounce it back out front. D'Angelo Atkins hesitates, puts up a 3, it's short. Off the front rim, Dooms with a rebound behind the back dribble to the front court. Bison lead it by 6, their biggest lead. King pump fakes, drives, now it's Dooms. Open for 3, right circle, that's an air ball. Freeman tips the rebound and then whips it back out front. It's intercepted, though, by Mark Berry. All the way to the goal around Trey for the bucket. Good effort by Mark Berry. He's in double figures with 10.
Yeah, big, long steps by Berry. He first catches the ball outside the free throw line. Long right and left leg strides. Nice shot.
43-39. Freeman goes left to right, back right to left, gets it to Brown, who carves his way to the goal and lays it in. Ricky Brown with a tough bucket, his second.
And that was right-handed. When Brown is left-handed, he goes right side, reverse layup.
Atkins, another 3, back rims at left circle. Paul King down for the rebound. OBU leads by 6, 45-39, and they nearly force a turnover. And a foul has been called. It's against Freeman. They do force the turnover. Good effort that time by Ben Smith as he was pushed into the Bison bench out of bounds after he'd intercepted the pass.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. I guess, Freeman didn't hold up much resistance. I guess he botted him a little bit to push him into the OBU bench. Jeff Campbell with the call.
First foul against DJ, first against the Bison here early in the second half. Udomo replaces king of the floor. Josh, game and team high 12 points in the first half. Right side, Ben Smith. Between the rings, Mark Berry. Berry to Atkins, left side. He lobs it for Ben Smith. Smith backing down against Udomo, who cuts him out. The ball goes through the legs of Atkins. He picks it up, but it's knocked away by Dooms. Dooms diving again. It's off Atkins, out of bounds. It should be OBU basketball. And they say it's Southwestern basketball.
It's all right, only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So it's going to be a Hail Mary here.
That was a terrific effort by Trey Dooms, and I thought he'd won that battle. They throw it into the front court. Goodlow off balance, heaves it up, and missed it. Pretty good look with 3 seconds. Green the rebound. 17:36 to play in the ballgame, 45-39.
Yeah. What about the effort by Dooms and the dive? He forced that bad shot right there at the buzzer.
Freeman a dribble, hands it off out front against Dooms, turns the corner, goes to the block, goes up, shot was knocked out of his hands, he gets it back, falling away, comes up short, Berry with a rebound, counterattacks into the front court. Freeman knocks it away, they bounce it for Goodlow for 3, missed everything for the left corner, rebound came down hot, and it's off the Bison out of bounds. Here comes Bradley Akile into the ball game. Akile to transfer from Incarnate Word, 6 points. 2 personal fouls. He played a total of 8 minutes off Jason Aker's bench in the first half. Trey Dooms will go to the bench for a breather. Boy, he is just sold out all season long. And again, I don't think he's completely healthy with the ankle.
Well, it doesn't look like it, but when you play that hard and hit the floor so many times, that really gets your heart rate up. He's got to have a little breather.
Camden Gibson puts up a 3 over Udomo. Straight on, wouldn't go. Braggs had the ball knocked away from him by Freeman. It's run down to the corner by Trey Green. Back to Udomo. Under 17 to play in the first half, 45-39. Udomo with the basketball. Veers left. Out high, it's Akile. Right side for Freeman to Green. Green whips it right side. Udomo's 3, rolls off. Akile skies for the rebound, goes back up. Follow shot blocked out of bounds by Ben Smith.
Well, that's a big defensive play by Ben Smith, but how about the rebound by Bradley Akile? He's getting up there with Wilcox and Freeman, high reach, pull that ball down with the right hand.
That was the first offensive rebound of the night for OBU. Akile open 3, top of the key, no good. Udomo lost the ball. It's picked up by Freeman to Josh. Thought about a 3, now we'll back it out with a dribble. 15 on the reset shot clock. 16:25 to play in the ball game. Green with it to Akile. Slide steps left, throws up a one-hander, and he pays it off.
Yeah, Victor Uriri, a little bit shorter. 6'5" on 6'7", Akile backing in on him with the right-handed baby hook.
47-39, 16-11 to play in the ball game. Gibson with it to the left side. Holds it high. Left corner with it is D'Angelo Atkins to Braggs. Backing down against Green. Puts him in the spin cycle. Now moves quickly left. The shot was wide left. Good defense by OBU with the paint. Out and running is Brown to Freeman. And boy, he hit the floor hard.
Yeah, you wince every time he does. What a play by Freeman. He comes, alters the shot, helps Trey Green against Braggs, and he runs down the floor to get the foul, go to the foul line.
Chris Braggs Jr. with his 3rd, and we get a timeout. 16:53 to play second half. OBU 47, SWOSU 39 on the Bison Network and KGFF. And the Bison will be at the free throw line out of the timeout. OBU has hit 3 of 8 here in the second half. Southwestern is 1 of 8 for the ball game. The Bison are 50%. SWOSU at 42%.
How valuable is Trey Dooms? He comes right back in after he gets a breath. That's exactly what he needed. He played so hard, diving all over. His heart was beating like a rabbit, had to just sit down for a few seconds.
Freeman's free throw is up, and it's short. He'll get one more. That's the first miss in 9 free throw tries tonight for Oklahoma Baptist. Along with Scott Wanish and our producer-engineer Bob Easley in studio, I'm Todd Miller. We'll apologize for us being off for about 10 minutes. You know, it's a working area. We didn't know it. Bob tried to get a hold of us, and sometimes those things happen, unfortunately. Second free throw is good. And again, we apologize for that, although maybe we should stay gone. Let Bob play music like the old days. OBU made a run and had a 5-point lead going near the halftime.
Yeah, but this is some top-notch basketball, some outstanding plays out here in the Noble Complex tonight.
48-39, Oklahoma Baptist won the first meeting in Weatherford back on December the 1st. That was the conference opener. Atkins will put up another 3, misses it. Braggs pulls down a rebound, and he's fouled going back up. So Chris Braggs Jr. is going to the free throw line after foul number 2 against Trey Dooms.
That's unfortunate because that was great defense by Bradley Akile. Closing out on the three-point shooter, distracted that shot badly where that shot was very short. Braggs makes the first of 2 free throws.
Chris is 4 of 5 from the foul line. Second one is up, and that is good. 7-point game, 15.5 minutes to play. Trey Green against pressure, goes up the right sideline, had it knocked away from behind. It goes into the hands of M.J. Warrior. Turnover number 6 for the Bison. M.J. into the front court, holds it high, lobs it down low. Mark Berry cut out in the paint to Braggs, back to Warrior. Right side, 3 on the way, no good. Southwestern is ice cold as O'Leary missed that trigger right. Into the paint goes Dooms. He glides to the goal, and the shot rolls off the rim, and he's fouled. And that's going to go against Warrior. That's his second.
That would have been unbelievable. Dooms gets the ball at half court, dribbles, takes those long steps outside the free throw line, right foot, then left foot on the left side, then shoots with the right hand, gets hit hard, ball hits the left side of the rim, comes off the front.
Trey Dooms is 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Oklahoma Baptist led a moment ago by 9. Their lead is 7 at 48-41. Dooms' free throw is up, and that one is short. Trey Dooms, 19 minutes, 11 points in the game in Weatherford. Ben Smith comes back in. Camden Gibson will return. 48-41, Southwestern down 7. They were then 3 at halftime and controlled much of the first half. Back to the last check, Southwestern led for over 13 and a half minutes of the ball game. Second free throw rolls home. Trey Dooms puts the lead back to 8, 49-41, just another night in the Great American Conference. Nothing is easy. M.J. Warrior, right wing side for Camden Gibson. Back to M.J., fakes a pass. Now he's trapped up front, bounces it to Gibson. Gibson slides left. It's now doubled by Brown and Udomo. They'll lob it for Hart. Mason lobs it back up front for Warrior. 10 to shoot. M.J. drives, bounces it down low with a 2-handed slam by Berry. Good finish, but boy, that possession was a little bit erratic thanks to the trap.
Yeah, 1-2-2 trap by Aker from half court. Not very crisp pass, almost going out of bounds at the end. They find the open man under the goal.
Udomo to Akile. Hands it back to Josh. Josh whips it right side for Bradley. Top of the key to Udomo to Green. Left circle for 3. No good. He's on line but rolled off. Rebound poke to Dooms. Whips it left corner. Back to Green. He'll trigger another 3. That one rattles off. Up with the follow. Akile, and he's fouled. He'll get it at 1.
Akile between 2 defenders, grabs that ball, almost hits the floor, maintains his balance, goes back up and 1.
Bison can push it back to 9 after Bradley Akile attempts his first free throw. Hart is out, and D'Angelo Adkins has come back in. Now DJ Freeman about to check back in for Oklahoma Baptist. Southwestern will host Southeastern at 11 o'clock in Weatherford on Saturday. Women will go first, the men to follow. Southeastern lost 2 last night at home to Southern Nazarene. Free throws good by Keeley. 52-43, 14-16 to go. Cross midcourt, MJ Warrior. Dribble in the left side, bounces on the baseline. Gibson a quick 3, misses that one long. Rebound out of bounds, and it was last touched by Berry. Well, Berry's not reacting, Scott, but he gave up on it like he thought it was touched by a Bison. And he just started to turn and walk down the other end of the floor.
Southwestern thought that OBU went back into a man-to-man. They were unsure of the pass on the left wing. Then Gibson hesitated, airballed the 3 from the left corner. Good disguise by OBU.
Swasu 2 of 12 in the second half, 0 of 7 from 3. Akile fakes a handoff, takes a dribble, pulls up elbow right, came up short. Rebound off the floor to Ben Smith. He counterattacks up the right sideline. 13:44 to play, second half. Left side, MJ Warrior. Pulls up near the elbow of the stripe, bounces for Smith, back out front to Gibson. 17 to shoot for the Dogs. Camden Gibson veers left. Now moves back to the top of the key, turns the corner and had it stripped, but Dooms got him on the arm, and Trey has his 3rd personal foul. You can never give up on a play when Camden Gibson has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, on the previous trip up the floor for the Dogs, OBU fell back. It looked like they were like a man-to-man, but they were still in the trap because they went to trap Gibson in the corner, forcing that air ball.
I could go down the list and include Oklahoma Baptist on that list too, where it seems like you've had guys that have been around forever. Camden Gibson would make that list from Southwestern. But you know what? They don't mind if you're there if you're not any good.
Well,
But Gibson's good as he rolls the first free throw home.
I don't think he's coming back next year.
Had a really solid career. This is his 91st start tonight, 117th game. His second free throw is up, and that one is good. So Gibson now with 5. He's pulled Swasuda within 7 as Paul King checks back into the lineup.
Well, it's a spot where Terry Evans picks up some really good Class 6A players. Edmond North, Edmond Santa Fe. Of course, he coached for Edmond North, won a state championship.
And one of his players was former Bison Harrison Stoddard. Ball deflected. Dooms lobs it to Freeman, who was off balance and just tipped it in.
Did you see that? Freeman in the air, adjust his body and twist to finger roll that alley-oop in perfectly.
54-45, 13 minutes to play in the ball game. Driving left is Warrior. He has it stripped out of his hands. And they're saying it was last touched by OBU out of bounds. We had a coaches clinic going on in front of us. Steve Hudson and Jason Aker.
Yeah, they kind of block some vision sometimes. I guess they're setting a pick on the announcers.
Incidentally, Jason Aker, 6th all-time in Bison history with 83 wins. He's now in pursuit of the great Bob Banfield, who won 124 games. Remember Bob?
And then Bob Banfield went on to coach at Shawnee High School. I played against Bob Banfield. He was a coach as I was a player.
Udomo replaces Green. Gibson off the inbounds pass, wide open. OBU dodged the bullet there. Bison with a rebound. Alley-oop lob, Green. Dooms tips it to Freeman for the two-handed slam.
Dude, just that basketball IQ. Dooms knew the pass was short, so he just tipped it to Freeman, so here you dunk it.
Ariri with it right side on the wing. Adkins down low to Braggs. Pushed and he throws it up and in, and he'll get it and one. Good strong move by Chris Braggs as he was being pushed away from the basket, and they found the mismatch in size with Paul King.
You know, just the court wherewithal. Dooms knew exactly that Freeman was cutting right up the middle of the lane. He reaches past the defender with the short pass, tips it right to Freeman right in the chest for the score.
I'm not even certain Trey Green had time to swallow a sip of water while he was on the bench. He's quickly back out there. Braggs free throw, back rims, and Udomo pulls down the miss. It's only the second miss in 7 free throw tries tonight by Chris Braggs. Udomo into the front court, speeds around the defenders to Green. He fumbled in the paint. Trey now puts it back on the floor, kicks it out to Dooms. Dooms is going to retreat to the midcourt circle.
Well, Green's so tough. He fumbles that, picks it up, pulls it away, throws it out back.
Green whips it across the floor, and Brown was standing, guess where, on the sideline.
That's the first one tonight.
It is. We're doing well. 56-47, 12-21 to play in the ball game. Tonight begins a stretch of 4 of the next 5 here at the Noble Complex. Only road trip Saturday afternoon to Northwestern. 12:34 the start time. MJ Warrior into the front court, guarded by Udomo, veers right, picks his dribble up near the circle, and a foul underneath. Udomo was pushing Braggs.
Yeah, Braggs is a handful. He's not that tall, 6'3" is what they list him, but he's right at 6 foot at the highest. But he is so strong, and he can shoot from outside as well. 6'3", 210, they list Braggs, and he's one of those guys that seem like we're here forever for Southwestern.
Udomo picks up his second. He checks out. Dooms is out. Akile and Paul King are back out there. Jason Aker doing some floor traffic work, directing traffic in front of us. They'll slap the basketball, and they will inbound with Warrior to Ariri, way out front, left front court. He'll hand it back to MJ Warrior, the sophomore guard from Oklahoma City, and a transfer from Cameron. Warrior on the baseline to Goodlow. Back to MJ. 7 to shoot. He looks over to Terry Evans. 3 to shoot. Crosses over, pulls up, now kicks it out high. Braggs Jr. for 3, back rims it with one on the shot clock. Ariri with the rebound, and they got Trey Green for a foul.
Yeah, I think Green hooked Ariri's left forearm with his forearm.
Second foul against Trey, 6th against the Bison. Timeout. 11:46 to play in the second half. 56-47 our score on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF.
Welcome to the floor, your OBU cheer dance team.
Okay. You know what, Bob? I got to tell you something, my friend. rebound, leads into the backcourt for King.
Dooms didn't have a rebounding position. He just had that timing, knew exactly when that ball's coming off.
Brown, left corner three, bang! He gets the lid off. Ricky Brown with his first tray. He's got 7, and OBU leads it by a dozen, 59-47. Hart tries to get it back, missed it for the right circle, and the tip off the mark, but a foul underneath against OBU, and we're going to have free throws. I think they're calling that on King. It's his second, and that should send Southwestern to the line for a 1-and-1.
Ricky Brown with a great game at Arkansas Tech in Russellville, Arkansas, Saturday. 6 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Perfect 3 for 3 from the line. 7 rebounds, 17 points, 2 assists. Brown just seems to be really making his stride here in January.
Free throw is up, and it's good by Ben Smith. One of the keys to OBU getting control of this game has been that Ben Smith has been really held in check. He averages almost 14 a game. That free throw was his 7th, and that's his 8th point tonight. And Ben Smith is just 2 of 4 shooting, so he's not had many looks. 10-point OBU lead, 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Paul King with it in the left front court. Looks right to his head coach. Southwestern in a man-to-man defense. King hands it off to Dooms in front of us. Back to Paul. He'll put up a 3. Back rims it, and then it goes down, but I think they're going to call basket interference. I think they've called DJ Freeman for basket interference.
Yeah. Looked like his hand was in the net.
I don't blame him because that ball did not look like it was going to go in when it took the high hop off the iron.
No, it did not.
59-49. Paul King, 1 of 5 shooting. As Warrior will roll the ball towards midcourt. He literally picks it up when it's got about 1 more revolution. Hard to Warrior. That's making the most of your opportunity. Out high with his Smith. Works elbow left. Kicks it right side. Atkins lit off the arc by Freeman. OBU's in his own defense. Now they try to trap. Warrior bounces it to Atkins. Back to Gibson. Now to Warrior out front. 10.5 to play. They go down low to Smith, who turns and scores. And on cue, he now has 4 straight after I said they'd had him in under check.
Well, Smith 6'6". He was up against King, who's only 5'9", 5'11" in the paint there.
Adkins riding King into the front court, called for a bump. That's his second, 5th against Southwestern Oklahoma. 59-51 OBU. Ricky Brown to inbound the basketball. Ricky a transfer from Valdosta State, and he throws it away. Atkins with the interception. Gets a return pass from Gibson. His 3, no good. Freeman the rebound. Southwestern in the second half from 3-point range is 0 of 13. 10 minutes to play, OBU by 8. King bounces it left side for Dooms. Dooms around a high screen from Akile, veers left, now dumps it down low to Freeman, who goes up in a foul. And that's on Ben Smith. It's his second.
Ben Smith might have saved a backboard there.
I think so.
Grabbing both arms of DJ, who is just ready for takeoff to throw with the throwdown.
Robert Davenport is setting his usual seat. Top row, far left end, as we look left to right on the lower level across the way. He's checking probably on his phone right now to make sure there's money for a backboard if that foul hadn't happened. DJ Freeman's first free throw, up and good.
And we're within range of a flying shard of glass to get hit with.
I'm more worried about glass getting in my Diet Pepsi. Trey Green replaces Akile out there on the floor. You know, Jason said he felt like that DJ was going to have a Freeman-like game tonight. Well, he has 15.6 rebounds. The only thing missing is a block. OBU does not have a block shot in this ball game. At one point, they were one of the leaders in the conference in that category, thanks to Wilcox and Freeman. Left-hander's second free throw up and nothing but net. Lead is 10, 61-51, 9:52 to play.
Ben Smith was in the lane early, but it doesn't matter because Freeman made it. Jeff Campbell held out his fist. He would have got an extra free throw if that didn't go.
Smith between the circles. Gibson being overplayed by Brown. Comes high to get the pass, works right front quadrant. Terry Evans directing traffic. They swing it left. Good low for Braggs and a push. That's King. And that's his third. So Chris Braggs, a moment ago, hit 1 of 2 after a Paul King foul. He's going to go back to the free throw line. Points off turnovers tonight, 16-7 in favor of OBU. Bison have committed 10, Southwestern 9. SWOSU does not turn it over just a ton. They only average 13 a ball game. In this league, that's really good.
Yeah, but the Bison, they're up by 10 here. If they can just extend that lead a little bit, that'll force the Bulldogs into those quick three-pointers, and that's when they get in those cold shooting spells.
8th foul against OBU, so a 1-and-1. Braggs rolls home the first. The second one is on the way, and the senior misses short. Freeman took the rebound away from Trey Dooms. Southwestern free throwing tonight, 12 of 17. OBU 14 of 17 for the line. Trey Dooms looking to his left. Jason Aker, who's pacing with the play call sheet in his left hand directly in front of us. Dooms veers right, cross court's left. Gray into the paint, jump stops, pump fakes, and a foul. It's either on Chris Braggs or Adkins, and it's on the former, not the latter, and that's 4 on Chris Braggs.
Nice ball fake by Trey Green to get Braggs in the air. He gets by him up the middle of the lane. Atkins comes to try to save the day.
Trey Green at the line. First free throw up, good. Trey's high school team, Kingfisher, continues to roll. They won today in the first round of their own tournament, defeating the nearby Hera Panthers in convincing fashion. Second free throw by Trey is up and good. So Trey Green hits 2. He's 77% from the stripe. Lead back to 11, 63-52. Warrior bump in the backcourt by Ricky Brown. That'll be his first. They were trying to get a trap with Brown and Udomo. So the final 1-and-1 of the half upcoming for Southwestern with 9:09 to play.
You know, Aker didn't say anything. It was right in front of him. To me, it looked like Brown was giving ground and had the sideline cut off.
Warrior misses the friend of the 1-and-1. This time it's Dooms that takes the rebound away from DJ Freeman. 9 minutes to play, 63-52 OBU. Bison under Jason Aker are 47-10 in this building. They've already lost 2 conference games to Southeastern and Henderson State here in Shawnee. Freeman top of the circle, one dribble, hands it off to Dooms. Dooms with it right side to Udomo. Udomo gets a screen, now Brown pops out. 4 to shoot, Brown a deep 3, bang! And he got that from NBA range over D'Angelo Adkins. Ricky Brown now with 10 points.
Oh, that was like a set shot from the right sideline, 6 feet behind the line.
Warrior cuts right and kisses it high off the glass and drops it in, and a timeout from Terry Evans. 8:29 to play second half, 66-54 OBU. This is Bison basketball for the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF.
30-second timeout.
OBU fans, do you want the chance to support OBU student athletes from the convenience of your own mobile device? Text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014 to support BAA student athletes. Donations are fully tax deductible, and every gift makes a difference in the OBU student athlete's life. Again, text hashtag BAA at OBU to the number 52014. For more information, log on to obubison.com. At Boone
Point lead. In doing so, they're 8 of 16 for the floor in the second half.
Looks like Southwestern's going to come with a 3/4 court 2-2-1 press here.
Trey Dooms gets the inbounds pass, guarded by D'Angelo Atkins in the backcourt. Dooms dribbles between the legs, beats the 10-second count, works right side. Trying to cross court, and the ball sails over Ricky Brown's head out of bounds. 11th turnover tonight for the Bison with 8:17 to play.
And what have I been saying over the games? You just switch up the defenses, good things happen. Trey Dooms takes care of the basketball, just puts his hands over his head, a little different. Bad overthrow.
66-54 with 8:10 to play in the ball game. MJ Warrior with the basketball, looking for a high screen. Now works around Mark Berry. Berry pops out. They'll bounce it instead. Slot left to Ben Smith. Trey Dooms is on him. Berry backs down against Freeman, puts a drop step on him, throws it up left-handed. It did everything but find the bottom of the can. Rolled off. DJ with a rebound. Freeman with his 8th rebound. He and Dooms tied for the team lead in that category tonight. 66-54 OBU. 7:45 to play in the ball game. Ricky Brown veers to the top of the key from the left wing. Cross courts it. Freeman thought about a 3, now drives, kicks it left side for Udomo. He slides into the paint, bounces for Brown to Dooms, fires a shot from in close and missed it. Rebound pulled off the front of the rim by Mark Berry. 7.5 to play from Shawnee. 66-54. Camden Gibson, MJ Warrior with it out front. Warrior bangs into Freeman, lays it up and in. Good move by MJ Warrior. He's got 6.
That was just a little too easy. Bison were up by a dozen, ready to put the dogs away. Can't give up those easy buckets.
Well, we saw it happen in the women's game. OBU was up 10 in that game and ended up losing 83-77. A shocker indeed. Udomo for the right to left front court. Spins back middle of the floor. Down to Green and a cross-court pass. He ends it off to Dooms and a foul. I didn't see that, and I was looking at it. They've called it against Warrior. It must have been because he was trying to fight through Trey Green. That's the 3rd on MJ Warrior, and we get the timeout. 6:49 to play. Second half. Bison lead the Bulldogs 66-56 on KGFF. Looking for career victory number 84. Bison looking to win their 6th and 8 home games here at the Noble. This is a key stretch for both teams, Scott, because after next week you're going to be on the road for quite a while.
Yeah, you know, if you're at home 4 out of 5, that means there's going to be a time you be on the road 4 out of 5. So this is where the Oklahoma teams can make up some ground.
Dooms misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound cleared by Ben Smith. 6:43 to play. Gibson slowly into the front court. Bison lead by 10. Smith catches a pass on the right block, bounces it back out. Hart will pull up a 3, no good. Mason Hart stumbled trying to get to the ball and then saves it in bounds to Green. Make that 0 of 14 in the second half from 3 for Southwestern. Dooms drives, dumps it to Freeman. Laying good, and he fouled.
Ariri.
That is number 1 on Victor. And you know, DJ Freeman, he looks moderately strong, but he is so much stronger than he looks out there. Don't you agree, Scott?
Yes, he's long and slender. He's not a banger, but so athletic, very fit, and he makes those muscles move in motion perfectly.
What a difference he makes. Free throw, rolls home. DJ's made 4 straight of the line. Freeman with 19 points in the ball game. He had 14 and 8 rebounds in Weatherford in 37 minutes. Warrior gets a screen left from Smith. Pounds the dribble out front. Now they roll Ben, and he ducks it home. Smith just kind of held there after Warrior went around the screen, and then he rolled quickly, and it was a great executed play.
Yeah, nice play by Terry Evans. Good call from the sideline. But that's another easy bucket, Todd, that the Bison are just wanting to put away the Bulldogs, but they're giving away those easy layups.
69-58, Dooms explodes to the rack and banks home a hard one-handed layup. Trey Dooms with his third basket. 71-58, under 5.5 to play.
That's a hard shot going full speed in the trees, falling away off the board one-handed.
Warrior yo-yo dribble, slips as he spins left. Ball comes out, it's rolling to the floor, it's picked up by Hart. Ripped it away from King, goes right into the body of Freeman, and Mason Hart lays it in. And Paul King is down again.
I think King hit his head maybe on one of the Bulldogs' elbows when he dove for that ball.
Ethan Scott will check in for Paul King. Southwestern about to bring Atkins, Barry, Braggs Jr., and Goodlow back into the ball game. Well, so King is told to get a quick drink of water. He'll be back out there.
He has to come out. Jeff Campbell said, you've got to come out. If we stop play for an injury, you have to have a substitution.
And that's the exact rule, but Jason yelled for the other end of the floor, are you okay? Can you stay in? He said yes, so he sent Ethan back to the bench, and now Scott has to come in. 5:15 to play. Green with it to Dooms. Dooms scoops it up, going down the paint, and lays it in. Holy Toledo, Trey Dooms with some mega athleticism there.
3 feet behind the free throw line. 1-2, fakes the pass out to the right side. Back down by his waist with the finger roll off the board.
73-60 OBU. Swasu in need of baskets and a foul on Freeman. He was grabbing at Mark Berry in the low post. DJ Freeman has number 3.
Yeah, the Bison up by 13 here. Southwestern cannot trade baskets anymore. Bison just keep on scoring on the other end, and they're out-rebounding the Bulldogs 32-22.
Bison Athletic Association donors are making a direct and tangible impact to the success of over 450 OBU student athletes in the classroom, the community, and other fields and courts of competition. When you give to the BAA, you are truly investing in champions. Learn more. Sign up today at obubison.com/BAA. Mark Berry at the line for the first time, just a 43.5% foul shooter. 20 of 46.
Freeman and Dooms with 8 rebounds each. 8 for Mark Berry for Southwestern.
Berry misses that one. The rebound tipped by Goodlow. And was somebody in the paint early for OBU? I think they were. No, it was the 10th foul, so he gets 2. Berry's second foul shot up, and he manages to get 1 of 2. 73-61 at the 5-minute mark. Final half here for the Noble. Trey Dooms, Atkins rides him into the front court and then finally reaches and commits his third. Both teams into the double bonus now, so Trey Dooms will be at the line where he's hit 3 of 5. Trey Dooms averaged double figures in the road wins at Harding and Tech, comes in averaging 12-6 a game. Bison are hoping to get Nigel Wilcox back soon, but he may not be back in time for the Southern Nazarene game here next Monday. First free throw by Trey is up and down. That would be a significant loss against what was the preseason pick to win the league.
Yeah, it might be a while because he was up here by the table in the pregame. I said, let's just tape that up you play tonight. He said, I wish.
Doom's second free throw is good. You know what kills these guys, as it does every player at this level or any level, to be out with injury. 14-point game again, 4:55 to play in the second half. Goodlow lobs it to the high post. Berry rips it down, kicks it cross court, right corner 3, Smith, halfway down, spun out. Freeman with a rebound, and Southwestern cannot buy a 3-point basket here in the second half. 0 of 14.
I give that up to the Oklahoma Baptist defense, challenging all the shots. Jason Aker mixing up the defenses, keeping Southwestern's out of rhythm from the 3-point line.
Goodlow bumps Trey Green, and that's his third, so Green will go to the free throw line. Terry Evans with his head half cocked at the other end, chewing on the gum. He didn't particularly care for that call, but didn't really say anything, just gave him the look. Trey's first free throw's up, and it's short.
Yeah,
So
Terry,
Ethan Scott is out. King is back in.
I've officiated Terry in high school. He's really a good sport. He never talks down to the officials. He'll just ask you a straight, pointed question.
Second free throw's up and good. Last year, in my opinion, and I haven't been around him his entire career, but I can't imagine he had a better 3 days than he had here in Shawnee as a coach. Nobody expected him to beat the three that he beat and knocked out a Southeastern team that should have been in the NCAA tournament regardless. Lob pass knocked away by Freeman, who throws it the length of the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. His momentum was carried into the bench. And so now the Bulldogs will throw into the backcourt.
And you know what? Most of the time, the Bison are back. Somebody goes and gets that ball, but everybody was inside the three-point line on defense. No chance to go get it. So that you don't want to save it under Southwestern's basket. DJ throws it there and say, hey, maybe one of my guys will get a dunk here.
I like Southeastern a lot, respect their program, and I was sick for them last year. You lose 4 games in this conference. With its tough 22-game double round robin schedule, you should be in the NCAA tournament. Goodwin gets it to Braggs, who muscles to the goal, and Ricky Brown has committed the foul. This thing started to become a whistle fest with 4:03 to play. That's number 2 on Ricky.
Yeah, and Ricky looked like he didn't do it. It was mostly Braggs initiating all that contact, but like I said before, Braggs plays so strong, and you're going to have to get in front of him. He gets to the free throw line quite a bit. 46th and 47th free throws of the night coming up as Braggs spins the first one off. Maybe the ball doesn't lie.
MJ Warrior Jr. to the re-enter the lineup for Camden Gibson. Southwestern coming off a really big road win at Henderson State, the preseason number 2 pick in the Wings poll. Saturday afternoon at Arkadelphia, 75-70 as Chris Braggs hits the second. And a timeout, Bulldogs. 4:03 to play. Oklahoma Baptist 76, WASU 62 on the Bison Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. Thank you, sir. Next 3 games at home for Oklahoma Baptist next Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday night, Southern Nazarene in town, 5:30 at 7:30. It's whiteout Thursday night as Southern Arkansas is in for a 5:30 at 7:30 start, and then Arkansas Monticello a week from Saturday at 1 and 3. 76-62 OBU, closing in on what would be win number 10, their 4th in a row as they head to Alva. I'm telling you, that is going to be a tough game. The Rangers gave the Bison all they wanted and more in December the 3rd, in fact, where they played here at the Noble. Green will run the baseline, gets it to Dooms.
Freeman 7 of 7 from the floor in this game, 19 points.
Dooms pass for Green, knocked away by Goodlow, picked up by Warrior to the goal against Trey, and a foul against Dooms. That's his 4th. Trey was trapped off the inbounds pass, and nobody came back to give him any help. I mean, that wasn't a great throw. He just kind of threw it up for Trey Green at midcourt, but he had no other option.
Yeah, and this works in Southwestern's favor, down 14, stopping the clock with all these free throws.
First one is up and no good. Boy, that was an ugly-looking free throw attempt.
Looked like the wind blew it from left to right. It was way to the right of the rim.
MJ Warrior missed the first. He'll get one more. And that one is up, and that one is too strong. Goodlow tipped the rebound, but Freeman secures it for the Bison. DJ to Green on a cross-court pass into the left front court. Bison 3:41 away from their 4th straight win, and their 7th of the last 9 games. King one-hands a pass to Brown, down low to Freeman. He goes left to right, puts it up, shot over Bragg, skipped across the rim. Goodlow, the miss, into the front court. Nate with it, left to right on your radio dial. Adkins, left corner, 3 by Braggs, no good. Freeman with the rebound, and now Southwestern has been relegated primarily to becoming a jump shooting team.
Freeman's got 11 rebounds, 19 points for a double-double. That was his first field goal miss.
Green wide open. They find him with King for the layup.
And that should lock it up there.
Trey with his first basket has 5. Warrior comes to a jump stop in the paint, kicks it for D'Angelo Atkins left wing. Now they work it on a bounce pass to Smith down low. He'll kick it back. Warriors 3, front rim's no good. Rebound tipped, and it should be OBU basketball. Looked like that Smith touched it, but they say Southwestern possession.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a referee.
No, I agree with you. I think that referee saw Aker pointing OBU's direction and said, well, you're not going to influence me. Blue ball.
16-point lead for OBU is their biggest of the night. Paul King comes out. Udomo is in. Mason Hart is returned for the Bulldogs, who are about to fall to 7-8 on the season. Victor Ariri just checked in. He handles it out front. Down low it goes to the block, and Barry missed the bunny. OBU the rebound. Udomo, a lob pass for Dooms, and he was too far to the rim, hit the bottom of the basket. Mark Barry speeds back the other way to Atkins left corner. Neto Ariri out high. 2.5 minutes to play. Victor drives right, pulls up with the paint, and he's hacked. And that's on Trey Green. That's his third.
Number 20, Trey Green.
What a career Terry Evans has had. 309 wins. That's just at the collegiate level. That's not counting what he did at his alma mater, Millwood, not what he did at Edmond North.
Midwest City.
2
state championships, Midwest City, 1 at Edmond North. That's 6A. That's some tough competition there.
Ariri's free throw, pinballs in and out. Ethan Scott, Bradley Akile, and Caleb Briggs all come to the ball game. So the starters are going to the bench. You have known Terry and covered him for a long time at multiple stops.
Yeah, for a long time when I was a sports editor, Midwest City Sun, Terry Evans, it was D'Angelo Alexander played at OU. Had Sheldon Williams, NCAA Defensive Player of the Year at Duke.
Second free throw hits high out the back of the rim. Akile has to wait for it to come down. Now to Caleb Briggs, who cross courts at left circle for Bradley. Ethan Scott in the corner with 2:15 to play. Scott to Riggs. OBU's going to split tonight here at home against Southwestern. Caleb Briggs backs it out into the midcourt stripe, hands it off to Josh Udomo. Shot clock down under 10. Udomo drives left, throws it up left-handed. The shot was partially blocked by Mason Hart. The rebound to Southwestern. Jamal Smith has it. Transfer from Panhandle State of Goodwell. Nick Birchfield is out there with a yo-yo dribble. He veers left, so most of the starters out of the ball game for both teams. Birchfield points down low, now whips it backdoor. Jamal Smith fumbles it, gets it back. Now drives, puts it up, and lays it in.
You know those great Midwest City teams Terry Evans had? Not only was Sheldon Williams, D'Angelo Alexander on it, how about Matt Kemp, who went on to play for the Dodgers, was on that team?
90 seconds to play in the ball game. 78-64. Udomo trying to get free from Ariri. There's a lot of contact. Now they had Legend Barrett underneath. The ball deflected as Udomo didn't see him in time, but it's out of bounds off Southwestern. $14-point lead with a minute 20 to play. Ethan Scott to Barrett. He puts it up and airballed it for the left block. Hart the rebound for Southwestern up the left sideline he goes. 73 seconds to play. Mason Hart looking down low, gets it to Smith. Barrett tips it away. Ball off of Smith's foot, picked up at midcourt by Hart. 15 to shoot. They lob it to Jamal right block. Barrett with good low post defense, and Smith puts him in the spin cycle. Looked like Akile had a block and they call a foul. It may be on Legend. It is, as he got him in the back, and that's his first.
I tell you, Akile got up to get that block at the pinnacle. Kind of reminded me of DJ Freeman's blocking ability.
Ty Leopold about to check in, a freshman from Tuttle. The first free throw back rims from Jamal Smith. Leopold averaging 7/10 of a point and 3/10 of a rebound. And Udomo's night is finished. What a night it was. 12 points all in the first half. Second free throw, no good. So Smith misses both. Southwestern is 14 of 28 for the foul line. 45 seconds to play. Barrett handles a bounce pass down low, bangs his way to the rack, goes back door and lays it in.
You think Barrett was upset with that air ball? Boy, he went with a vengeance to the goal with the left hand.
Barrett played really well and extended minutes at Harding the other night. Birchfield spins, elbow left, gets it to Daugherty. He goes back door, throws it up, missed it. Riggs with a rebound. Shot clock is off with 26 seconds to play. Leopold couldn't handle the pass. It deflects off of him. Ethan Scott has it.
That was 96 miles per hour from 9 feet.
That's a triple fastball right there from Scott Waters.
It's hard to catch.
OBU is not going to shoot again. The crowd comes to their feet, and the Bison have won 4 in a row. Final score tonight in Shawnee, Oklahoma Baptist 80, Southwestern Oklahoma State 64. The postgame show is next on the Bison Network and KGFF.
That's it of our contest. Our final score, OBU Bison 80, Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs
Thank you.
64.
Freshman out of Tulsa, Victory Christian School. Joshua, you're just getting better and better. Seems like you look more comfortable out there.
Yes, sir. I try my best every day at practice. Coach keeps pushing me every day, and it's just fun out there, just trying to get better and help the team every way I can.
And tonight, really early, you made some big shots. You were 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 for 4 from downtown, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, had a dozen points. You hit a big three-pointer early. Southwestern had the lead on you. That's a time when you need to open up. When you make a three-pointer, that opens it up for your teammates.
Yeah, like they're just leaving me open, so I just took the open shot. I'm not scared of anything. I'm just ready for the challenge.
Well, I love to hear that from a freshman, not scared of anything. And then you had a couple of good alley-oop passes down there. That was just perfect. Some of the dunks. That's big-time basketball. I know you guys love to give the alley-oop assist, and the guys on the other end love it as well.
Yeah, they really do. We're all family. We all love to have fun and just support each other.
Tell me about the 2-game win streak you had at Arkansas. You went to Harding and won shorthanded. No Nigel Wilcox, no DJ Freeman in that game, and no Caden Carter. What did you guys talk about in the locker room to mesh together to win at Harding without those guys?
Coach really talked about executing because we're now small and stuff. So, we really need to lock in and zone in and try even more harder now. Even if we have players out, we still have to have the same heart and everything.
And then you went to Arkansas Tech. You got DJ Freeman back. That was even some more relief because DJ Freeman for you guys, all that altered shots so much on the defense. If maybe somebody on a guard gets by you, he's there to back you up.
Yeah, DJ's a great teammate, man. He's also one of my great friends once I got here. So he's just really fun to be around and really fun to play with. So I'm really glad I'm his teammate.
So what's the plan going up to Alva and Northwestern? They gave you a hard time here the first time in the Noble Complex. How do you think you'll fare on the road up there?
Just continue to get better. Show up for practice tomorrow, do what we need to do, and then get ready for Northwestern.
Hey, great win.
Thank you.
That's freshman Joshua Udomo, who's just getting better and better on the floor out of Tulsa Victory Christian. Udomo with 12 points tonight. Oklahoma Baptist with an 80-64 victory over Southwestern. Todd Miller will be back with head coach Jason Aker after this. This is Bison Basketball on Classic Hits KGFF.
The Bison Sports Network and KGFF. Final score tonight, the good guys win it 80-64 over Southwestern. Another tight game between these two teams that was really not decided until the final 5 or 6 minutes. And Jason Aker joins us, Coach. There were so many good things about this basketball game. First of all, I thought your work in the second half on the glass was huge. You were plus 14 rebounding after halftime.
We were down by 2 on the boards at half. We were not doing a good job on defense. We were not doing a good job on the glass. We took care of the ball and shot a good percentage in the first half. But in the second half, I was really proud. Bradley got 5 rebounds. Trey Dooms had a really good night all around. Not only did he get 14, 9, and 6, all right, but he was really rangy in our zone, and he only had 2 turnovers. And so we had one guy with 4, and we only had 13. Our goal for the game was 12. One of the biggest keys to the game, in our opinion, was obviously the defensive rebounding. All right, we got ourselves 34 defensive rebounds, and we did not give up one free throw line checkout, led by DJ. DJ must have got 5 or 6 of those defensive rebounds off of free throws. We caught Southwestern on a night where they missed some shots that they normally would make, not only from 3, but from the free throw line. And so every now and then you play a game where you can play Southwestern 10 times and only one of the 10 or maybe none of the 10 would they shoot that poorly from 3 and from the foul line. But it's another win. We'll take it and move on. We still got 2 really tough games the next, 4 days. We got to go to Alva. Fantastic team. They could have easily beat us here. They're a load to guard. But proud of our guys. It was a workmanlike night. We got it. I was really proud of how we shot from the free throw line, 20 of 25. Not only did we get there, and then I thought that we took good threes. I thought, aside from maybe 1 or 2, I thought we took really good threes. And so we move on. We got to keep improving, but proud of our guys.
One of the interesting things during this stretch in which you're playing shorthanded, you'd love to not have to even talk about this, but it's part of the game. Everybody goes through it, is to see the depth being used and everybody 1 through 15 of that roster contributing when their number is called. Tonight it was Josh Udomo who, to be honest with you, I thought really carried this team in the first half.
Josh was, I think, a plus 11 or plus 12 at half. Our two freshmen, Ethan Scott and Josh Udoma, man, they have saved us a lot of days, not only in the practice days but in the games. Josh and Ethan played as true freshmen in a big GAC game. They play almost 30 minutes tonight, and I thought one was plus 11 and the other one was plus 11. And so to have two freshmen like that in our program, they always have a great attitude, work ethic. Really thankful that they're here. And then our other three freshmen that didn't get in, you have Bike, Riley, you have Ty.
Ty did get in for a few seconds.
Ty got in there at the end. Our freshmen have been fantastic in every way. And so I was really proud of Bradley. Not only did he bounce back from his game on Saturday, but those 5 rebounds, that and one that he got. I thought Trey Green, his stats never prove it. But once again, he's the highest plus-minus on our team. The stat sheet doesn't always tell the whole story. Played 26 minutes, and when he was in the game, we were plus 14. And so he's a winner. I thought we had a lot of guys contribute. We got to get our rest. This is a tough stretch. Not only do you have Northwestern on Saturday in Alva and SNU on Monday here, but then you have Southern Arc next Thursday. This is the toughest stretch, but for competitors, it should be fun. And so we'll get our money's worth here these next 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Quick thought on the Rangers. When they came in here and gave you all you wanted and more on December the 3rd, I left this arena mumbling to myself, it is going to be a real chore to go up there and win. I mean, they're ready for you. They're hungry to beat the Bison, and they've got you on your home court. You're going to have to play really, really well on Saturday.
I mean, the way that we approach the games, as you know, Todd, for 5 years is you can make a strong case and back it up with statistics that we're a much better GAC road team than we are a home team. I think we're undefeated on the road. We've lost 2 games at home. Our cleaner games, our better games have been on the road. But there's no question, Northwestern, whether we played, if we played in Georgia or we played in Albuquerque, Northwestern has a team that can beat you. If we were fortunate enough to win, we would be that would be an amazing win. But we'll have to put 24 or however many hours together of preparation and try to give our guys the best chance to win. I thought DJ was one step closer to being back to his old self. He's still working his way back, but we need him, and we're looking forward to getting Nigel back here pretty soon.
Any update on Nigel? I mean, he really looked pretty gimpy tonight out there in street clothes.
Yeah, we'll probably precautionarily hold him out for Saturday, but he'll be ready to go on Monday night.
Sounds good. Good job, my friend. See you up in Alva.
All right, thanks, Todd.
Jason Aker visiting with us here courtside of the Noble Complex. Bison win it tonight 80-64 over Southwestern. We'll be back, take our final break, give you the official numbers right after this on the Bison Sports Network and Classic Hits, KGFF. I almost believe.